Perfect, let's make the world's best one-page cheat sheet on Article 23, right against exploitation. It will be crisp, concise, keyword-rich, exam-focused, so you can revise in 2 to 3 minutes. Nothing important will be missed, and I'll also add memory tricks, quick tips. Cheat sheet, Article 23, right against exploitation. Core idea. Article 23, Constitution of India, prohibits human trafficking, bigar, forced labour, bonded labour, slavery, and other similar practices. Applies to citizens plus non-citizens. Protects against state and private persons. What is prohibited? 1. Traffic in human beings, buying, selling of people, men, women, children, immoral traffic, sexual exploitation, prostitution. Devadasi system, girls dedicated to temples, later exploited, slavery. 2. Bigar equals forced unpaid work, historical landlord-tenant exploitation. 3. Forced labour equals work against will, includes economic force, working below minimum wage. 4. Bonded labour equals work to repay debt, often endless. Supporting laws, immoral traffic, prevention, 1956, punishes sex trafficking and protects victims. Minimum Wages Act 1948 ensures fair pay. Contract Labour Act 1970 protects workers hired via contractors. Equal Remuneration Act 1976, equal pay for men and women. Bonded Labour Abolition Act 1976 abolishes bonded labour and cancels debts. Exception in Article 23, compulsory public service allowed, e.g. military duty, social service, emergency relief. But no discrimination on religion, race, caste, class. Keywords to remember: traffic equals selling humans. Bigar equals free forced work. Bonded labour, trapped in debt cycle. Forced labour includes physical, legal and economic force. Applies to all, citizens plus foreigners, against both government and private persons. Tash memory tricks. 23, 2 plus 3, 5 letters in fair. Article 23 ensures fair treatment. Think TBBF, traffic, bigar, bonded labour, forced labour. Law years: 1948, minimum wages, 1956, immoral traffic, 1970, contract labour, 1976, bonded labour plus equal pay. Exam tips: always mention citizens and non-citizens. Stress that state and private persons both covered. Right exception, compulsory public service with no discrimination clause. Quote key acts with years, adds weight to answers. Use examples: landlords forcing tenants, bigar, sex trafficking, bonded labour in brick kilns. In one line, Article 23 calls complete ban on human trafficking, slavery, bigar, bonded and forced labour, with protection for all, plus exception for public service. Would you like me to also make a visual memory map diagram, like a flow chart or chart with arrows, for this, so you can glance at it and remember everything in 30 seconds before exams? Perfect. You want a world-best one-page cheat sheet, super short, crisp, only keywords, dates and key points. This should act like your exam last-minute revision sheet. I'll also add a memory trick so you never forget. Cheat sheet, child labour prohibition in India. Constitutional provision, Article 24, no child below 14 years in factory, mine, construction, railway or other hazardous work. Dangerous work banned. Harmless chores, safe, small, not harmful. Allowed. Key laws: Employment of Children Act 1938, first law on child work. Factories Act 1948 bans children in factories. Plantation Labour Act 1951, plantation work. Motor Transport Workers Act 1951, transport jobs. Mines Act 1952 bans children in mines. Merchant Shipping Act 1958, work on ships. Apprentices Act 1961 regulates training of youth. Bidi and Cigar Workers Act 1966 protects from harmful tobacco work. Landmark Act, Child Labour Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986, main law, bans certain jobs, regulates others. Later renamed 2016 Child and Adolescent Labour Prohibition and Regulation Act. Supreme Court and Guft Steps 1996 SC Order created Child Labour Rehabilitation Welfare Fund. Employer fined 20,000 child. Directions: improve education, health, nutrition. 2005 Commissions for Protection of Child Rights Act. National and State Commission. Children's Courts for Speedy Trials. 2006 Ban on child work in hotels, dhabas, restaurants, shops, spas, tea shops, etc. Punishment, prosecution and penal action. 2016 Amendment, extended law to protect adolescents, 4 to 18 years. Examples: 13-year-old in factory. Mine, construction, dhaba, hotel, shop, illegal. 13-year-old helping water plants at home after school, allowed. Tips and tricks for exam. Memory code, dates. 1938, first, 1948, factories, 1951, plantation and transport, 1952, mines, 1958, shipping, 1961, apprentice, 1966, Bidi cigar, 1986, Main Act, 1996, SC fine, 2005, commissions, 2006, ban domestic business, 2016, adolescence added. Trick line to remember flow. Old acts protect factories, fields, mines, ships and Bidi. 1986 main law, 1996 fine, 2005 commissions, 2006 ban, 2016 adds teens. Key keywords to write in exam article 24. Hazardous versus harmless. 1986 Act, 20,000 fine, 1996 SC. Education, health, nutrition. Commissions, 2005. Domestic servant ban, 2006. Adolescence included, 2016. With this sheet, you can revise in 1 to 2 mins before exam. Do you want me to also make a super short flowchart diagram, visual memory map, so you can see the timeline at one glance? Perfect. Let's build the world's best one-page cheat sheet for Article 25, right to freedom of religion. This will be short, crisp, keyword-based, no fluff, so you can revise in 2 minutes before exams. I'll include extra must-know points, plus memory tricks too. LAC cheat sheet. Article 25, right to freedom of religion. Core rule. Article 25 equals freedom of conscience, right to profess, practice, propagate religion. Applies to all persons, citizens, foreigners. Nasha key terms with short meaning. Conscience equals inner belief, decide own relation with God or no God. Profess, you declare faith openly, say, symbols, clothes. Practice, do rituals, ceremonies, worship, festivals. Propagate, spread, teach faith to others, no forcible conversion. Limits on freedom. Public order, peace, no riots. Morality, no cruel, immoral practices. Health, stop if harmful to public health. Other FRs must respect equality, dignity, etc. State powers. Regulate secular activities of religious institutions. Make laws for social reform and welfare, e.g. abolish untouchability, child marriage. Ensure religious practices harm society. Hash important notes, covers both beliefs, doctrines, practices, rituals. Essential practices test, courts decide if practice is core to religion. Propagation, conversion by force, fraud. State can interfere if religion clashes with safety, rights, reforms. Examples, easy recall. Wearing turban, hijab, cross equals profess. Doing namaz, Diwali puja equals practice. Explaining faith in books, talks equals propagate. Forcing conversion equals violates freedom of conscience. Gov banning animal cruelty in ritual equals morality and health. Historical legal points. Adopted in 1950, Part 3, Fundamental Rights. Supported by Supreme Court rulings, e.g. Essential Practices Doctrine. Applies to all religions equally, secular state. Exam tips and tricks. PPP, profess, practice, propagate, easy keyword. Limits equals PMH plus FR, public order, morality, health, fundamental rights. Remember, propagation allowed, conversion not forced. Link with articles, Art 26, religious institutions. Art 27, no tax for religion. Art 28, education and religion. In one line, Article 25 equals freedom to believe plus speak, act, spread religion, subject to public order, morality, health and other rights. Do you also want me to make a visual memory map, mind map style, of this cheat sheet, so you can recall with just a glance? Perfect. Let's make the world's best one-page cheat sheet for this part of Article 25. This will be crisp, keyword-based, exam smart. You can revise it in just 2 minutes before your exam. I'll also add a few extra must-know points memory tricks so nothing important is missed. Staff cheat sheet, Article 25, limits, state powers and explanations. Core rule, Article 25 equals freedom of conscience, right to profess, practice, propagate religion. Applies to all persons, citizens plus foreigners. Limits, religion unlimited, rights subject to public order, morality, health, PMH, other fundamental rights FRs, meaning freedom ends if it harms peace, decency, health or others' rights. State powers, Govt can 1. Regulate secular activities linked to religion, economic, temple shops, prasad sales, financial, donations, accounts, property, political, no misuse for elections. Other secular, schools, hospitals, charities. 2. Provide for social welfare and reform, abolish harmful customs, child marriage, ensure fairness in society. 3. Throw open Hindu religious institutions, public temples, etc. to all Hindus irrespective of caste section. 2 explanations. Kirpan equals Sikh profession of religion. Wearing, carrying kirpan is protected, but subject to safety. 2 Hindu includes Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists, only in this article context. Keywords for quick recall. PMH plus FR equals limits. SEC equals state can regulate schools, enterprises, cash, social services. Reform and open temples equals equality in access. Kirpals protected. Hindu 3 equals Hindus include Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists. Important points, adopted in 1950, Part 3, Fundamental Rights, covers both beliefs and practices. Essential practices doctrine, courts decide what is core religion. Exam tips, always write, freedom, absolute, subject to PMH plus FR. Remember difference, propagation, forcible conversion. Use examples in answers. Govt can regulate temple finances, economic. Ban animal cruelty ritual, morality, health. Open temple to all castes, reform. One-line essence. Article 25 believe, say, do, spread religion, but with PMH plus FR limits. Govt can regulate secular activities, reform society, open temples, protect kirpan, and treat Hindus as including Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists for this purpose. Would you like me to now make a visual memory map, like a spider diagram, of this cheat sheet so you can recall everything in one glance? Perfect. Let's make the ultimate one-page cheat sheet for Article 25, right to freedom of religion, with all clauses, explanations. It will be short, crisp but keyword so you can revise in 2 minutes before exams. Nothing important will be missed. Tag cheat sheet. Article 25, right to freedom of religion. Core idea. Art 25.1, freedom of conscience, right to profess, practice, propagate religion. Applies to all persons, citizens plus foreigners. Limits, not absolute. PMH plus FRs equals subject to public order, morality, health and other fundamental rights, meaning religion stops where peace, health, equality, dignity are harmed. State powers, Art 2.1, regulate secular activities linked to religion, economic, temple shops, prasad sales, financial, donations, accounts, property, political, misuse of religion in politics, other secular, schools, hospitals, trusts. 2. Social welfare and reform, ban harmful customs, e.g. untouchability, child marriage, open Hindu public temples to all classes sections, no caste bar. Explanations. Expa I, wearing, carrying kirpan equals Sikh profession of religion. Expa 2 Hindus in Clause B includes Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists, access to Hindu institutions also for them. Key notes, adopted 1950 Part 3, Fundamental Rights, covers both beliefs, doctrines, and practices, rituals. Essential Practices Doctrine, SC Test, only core religious practices get protection. Propagation, forcible conversion, force, fraud, inducement not allowed. Add examples. Profess wearing cross turban tilak, practice namaz Diwali puja, propagate distributing books, convert by force fraud, govt regulating temple money, opening temple to Dalits, reform plus equality. Exam keywords mnemonics. PPP equals profess, practice, propagate. Limits equals PMH plus FRs. State power equals Cs. Secular, economic, cash, political, social services. Reforms, open temples, equality. Kirpan XPI. Hindu 3. Hindus include Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists. XP 2. Quick answer line for exams. Article 25 guarantees freedom of conscience and right to profess, practice, propagate religion to all persons subject to PMH plus FR. The state may regulate secular activities, ensure social reform, and open Hindu public institutions to all. Kirpan is protected for Sikhs. Hindu includes Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists for this purpose. That's your exam-ready one-page cheat sheet. Would you like me to now turn this into a visual memory map, diagram with arrows and symbols like Kirpan, so you can revise it even fast ance? Perfect. Let's turn the big explanation into the world's best crisp one-page cheat sheet. Only keywords, bullet points, exam-ready notes. I'll also add quick tips, tricks to memorize and any important extra you should know. Article 26. Freedom to manage religious affairs. Core idea. Article 25. Protects individual religious freedom. Article 26. Protects group, denomination section, religious freedom. Rights of religious denominations, Article 26. 1. A. Establish and maintain institutions for religious charitable purposes, e.g. temples, mosques, churches, gurudwaras, hospitals, dharamshalas. 2b. Manage own religious affairs, decide on rituals, leaders, ceremonies, e.g. temple committee choosing priests. 3c. Own and acquire property, movable, books, vehicles, immovable, land, buildings. 4d. Administer property, manage property according to law, e.g. rent temple hall, must follow property safety laws. Limits on rights, restrictions, subject to public order, peace and safety, morality, right versus wrong, health, public health, not subject to other fundamental rights, only above 3 can limit. Who is a religious denomination? SC test. Must have 1. System of beliefs, doctrines, helps spiritual life. 2. Common organization, rules, leaders, structure. 3. Distinctive name, identity. Important Supreme Court cases, Ramakrishna Mission, religious denomination, Ananda Marga, religious denomination, Aurobindo religious or religious denomination. Keywords for exam: collective freedom, group rights versus individual. 25. Institutions, religious plus charitable, movable versus immovable property, limits. Public order, morality, health, denomination test, beliefs, organization, name. Exam tips and tricks. Mnemonic for rights, EMOA, establish institutions, manage affairs, own property, administer property. For denomination test, BON, beliefs, doctrines, organization, name. Always mention Article 26 protects collective rights. Article 25 protects individual rights. With this page, you can revise the whole Article 26 in under 2 minutes before exams. Do you want me to also create a flowchart diagram version so you can visualize and remember faster, or keep it only text-based?
Perfect. You want a page cheat sheet of Article 26 fairs, short, bulleted, exam ready, with tricks to quickly revise. I'll include keywords, meanings, limit tips, and memory tricks so nothing important is missed. Cheat sheet, Article 26, freedom to manage religious affairs. Core rule: every religious denominational part of it has rights, but subject to public order, peace and safety, morality, basic right versus wrong, health, avoid disease, harm, limits subject to 1. Public order calls no riots, chaos. Gov can restrict huge processions if they block emergency services. 2. Morality, no cruel, immoral practices. Human animal stopped by law. 3. Health, cause no risk to people's hex. Pandemic, prayer gatherings limited. Rights under Article 26A, establish and maintain institutions, For religious, temple, church, mosque, monastery. For charitable, schools, hospitals, shelters. B. Manage own religious affairs. Decide prayers, rituals, festivals. Appoint priests, leaders. Internal religious decisions. C. Own and acquire property. Movable, books, money, vehicles. Immovables, land, temples, schools, hospitals. D. Administer property by law. Manage assets legally, records, taxes, permissions. Misuse, courts can interfere. Keywords to remember. Denomination equals distinct religious group. Hindus, Christians, Muslims, Sikhs, or sects within them like Shaivites, Vaishnavites. Section thereof equals smaller part of denomination. Administer according to law. Property management must follow GovT rules. Important examples. Temple opens a free school. A. Church chooses pastor. B. Mosque owns land and buys more. C. Religious trust keeps accounts of donations. D. Pandemic, Gov bans big prayer meet. Case links, easy recall. SP Mittal v. Union of India, 1983. Denomination, group with common faith, name, organisation. Recent 2025, Allahabad HC. Rights under Art 26 don't protect forced conversions, violates public order, morality. 1. Exam tips. Always write subject to public order, morality, health. Show limits. 2. Mention 4 rights AD in order. 3. Add examples. School, pastor, temple, land equals answers look richer. 4. If asked in comparison, remember Art 25 equals individual right, Art 26 equals group denomination right. 5. Trick to remember 4 rights. EMOA, establish institutions, manage own affairs, own property, administer property. Quick revision flow, 30-set recall. Start, limits, public order, morality, health. Then who, denominations and sections, rights, EMOA, end, must follow law. This is your world's best one-page cheat sheet, short, sharp, complete. Do you want me to also design this in a visual flowchart like diagram page, so it sticks in memory faster? Perfect, let's build you a world-class, crisp one-page cheat sheet for Article 27, freedom from taxation for promotion of religion. I'll keep it short, sharp, exam-friendly, with keywords, examples, tips and tricks so you can revise in a few minutes. Article 27, freedom from taxation for religion, cheat sheet. Core idea. No person can be forced to pay a tax if that money is used for promotion or maintenance of any one religion. Aim. Secularism. State must be neutral, not favour one religion over another. Key points. Tax or fee. Tax equals compulsory. General revenue cannot be earmarked for one religion. Fees charged for a service, allowed if for secular purposes, e.g. safety, crowd control. Applies to all religions equally, no special treatment for any. Public money collected by tax cannot be used for building, maintaining temples, churches, mosques, etc., only for one religion. Paying priests or religious teachers of one community. But Gov may spend for secular services connected to religion, security, roads, hygiene near all shrines. Judicial view cases. Commissioner, Hindu Religious Endowments versus Sri Lakshmindra Tirtha Swamiyar, 1954. Landmark. Tax. Fee. Fees for regulation allowed. State of Kerala versus Acharya, 1970s. Later rulings. State can regulate administration of religious institutions for secular purposes. Examples. Not allowed. Govt imposes temple tax to pay only Hindu priests. Allowed, small fee from pilgrims at Vaishno Devi for safety, toilets, security. Allowed, Govt funding roads, lights, cleanliness around all religious places equally. Exam keywords. Article 27's no tax for religion. Secularism, neutrality of state, prohibits tax, not fee. Equal treatment of all religions. Fee, secular purpose. Landmark case, Lakshmindra Tirtha Swamiyar, 1954. Hash tips and tricks. 27 and tax heaven, no religious tax. Remember 2 + 7 = 9. 9 means no ban. Always write in exams. Article 27 ensures secular character of the state by preventing use of tax money for any one religion. Add case law, bonus marks. Pair with Article 25, freedom of religion. And Article 26, manage religious affairs for integrated answers. That's your one-page revision sheet. Super crisp, covers definitions, scope, exceptions, cases, examples, keywords, memory tricks. Do you want me to make a visual flowchart diagram of this, like arrows showing tax fee, so you can glance and revise even faster? Perfect. Let's turn Article 28, freedom from attending religious instruction, into a world's best one-page cheat sheet. It will be crisp, exam-ready, full of keywords, and yet cover every important angle so you can revise it in a few minutes before exams. Cheat sheet, Article 28, freedom from religious instruction. Core idea, Article 28, protects students from forced religious instruction worship in educational institutions. Ensures state neutrality in education. 4 types of institutions with rules. 1. Wholly maintained by state funds, fully government schools, colleges, religious instruction prohibited. 2. State administered but set up by endowment trust. Government manages it. If trust deed says religion must be taught, exception allowed. 3. Recognized by the state, private but officially approved by government. Religious instruction allowed, voluntary only, student guardian consent needed. 4. Receiving state aid, private schools that get grants money. Religious instruction allowed, voluntary only, consent required. Formula to remember: A, B, trust rule. C, voluntary. D, voluntary. Consent rule: no student can be forced to attend religious instruction worship. If student is minor, guardian's consent needed. Religious instruction versus study of religion. Instruction, teaching rituals, prayers, worship, restricted. Study neutral academic info about religion's culture, history, allowed. Objective, maintain secularism in education. Prevent misuse of taxpayer money for promoting one faith. Quick examples. Govt school forcing morning prayer, not allowed. Temple Trust college run by Govt, teaching rituals allowed, trust rule. Private aided school with optional prayer club, allowed but voluntary. Student opts out of worship in aided school, right protected. Have related articles, exam links. Art 25 to 28, Religious Freedom Cluster. Art 25 equals freedom of conscience and practice. Art 26, freedom to manage religious affairs. Art 27 equals freedom from paying religious taxes. Art 28 equals freedom from religious instruction. Exam tips and tricks. Mnemonics for 25-28. 25, practice, free to practice faith. 26, manage institutions. 27, no taxes, no forced religious tax. 28, no teaching, no forced religious instruction. One-liner recall. Govt money, no religion. Trust rule, exception. Private recognized, aided, voluntary with consent. This is your crisp one-pager. Nothing important is missing. With this, you can revise Article 28 in under 2 minutes before exams. Would you like me to also design this as a visual flowchart diagram, like a tree of 4 school types with arrows yes, no, so you can see and remember instantly? Got it. Let's make the world's best cheat sheet page for Article 29, Protection of Interests of Minorities. It will be crisp, exam-friendly, one-page style with keywords, bullets, cases and memory tricks. Article 29, Cheat Sheet, Protection of Interests of Minorities. Basic provision. Article 29(1), any section of citizens with a distinct language, script or culture, right to conserve it. Article 29(2), no citizen can be denied admission into a state-run or state-aided educational institution only on grounds of religion, race, caste or language. Nature of rights, clause 1. Group right protects collective identity, language, script, culture. Clause 2. Individual right protects individuals against discrimination in admissions, not limited only to minorities. Section of citizens includes majority groups too. Key judicial interpretations. State of Madras v. Champakam Dorarajan, 1951. Admission cannot be denied only based on caste, religion, language. Led to first constitutional amendment in Article 15(4), reservations. TMA Pi Foundation case 2002, right to conserve culture includes running educational institutions. Jagdev Singh Siddhanti, 1964, political promises to protect a language called corrupt practice under Representation of People Act. What conserve means, preserve and protect language, script, culture, includes teaching, publishing, promoting and even agitating peacefully, not automatic right to state funding. Community can conserve by itself. Rights covered. Religious minorities, e.g. Muslims, Christians, Parsis. Linguistic minorities, e.g. Tamils in Maharashtra, Telugus in Karnataka. Even majority groups with distinct identity. Limits, right to conserve, right to demand government funds, always. No violation if admission denied on valid academic merit grounds. Applies only to state-run or state-aided institutions, not purely private, unaided ones. Examples. A tribal group runs classes to teach its script, protected under 29(1). A student denied admission to Gov College because of mother tongue, violation of 29(2). Peaceful protest to demand textbooks in one's language, valid under 29(1). Memory trick. 2 + 9 = 2 rights. 1. Conserve culture, group. 2. No denial in school admissions, individual. Exam pointers. Article 29 protects both minorities and majorities. Distinguish from Article 30, which gives only minorities right to establish and administer educational institutions. Important for cultural identities, equality in education. Use in answers. Article 29 balances cultural identity with individual equality. It protects both minorities and majority groups, allowing conservation of language culture while ensuring no discrimination in educational admissions. Pro tip for exams: always write Clause 1 = group right, Clause 2 = individual right, applies to both minorities and majority. Champicum case, important. Would you like me to also make a side-by-side comparison cheat sheet of Article 29 versus Article 30? That's a favourite exam question. Absolutely. Here's the world's best one-page cheat sheet for right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions, Article 30. It's super crisp with bullets, keywords, types, examples, and exam tricks, so you can revise in 1 minute before exams. Article 30. Right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. 1. Key points. Article 30, part of Indian Constitution, protects minority education rights. Minorities covered: religious, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Parsis, Buddhists, and linguistic speaking non-majority languages. Rights include: 1. Establish, start schools, colleges. 2. Administer, run, manage schools independently. 3. Teach in own language, preserve language and culture. Protection even if property is acquired. Government can take property but cannot stop their rights, with fair compensation. Historical Amendment, 44th Amendment Act 1978, added protection for minority educational institutions. Right to property, Article 31, deleted but minority education rights preserved. 3. Non-discrimination. Government aid must treat all minority institutions fairly. Applies only to minorities, Article 30. Article 29, protection for all sections of citizens, not just minorities. Definition of minority, not defined in Constitution, determined by populate. Example, minority. Sikhs in Punjab, minority. 5. Types of minority educational institutions. 1. Recognition once governmental funding. Example, Muslim school recognized and supported by state. 2. Recognition only once approval but no government funding. Example, Christian private school. 3. Neither recognition nor aid, fully private schools. Example, Sikh community school run independently. 6. Exam-friendly keywords. Article 30, 44th Amendment, 1978. Minority, religious, linguistic, establish, administer, own language, recognition, aid, non-discrimination. Rights preserved even if property acquired. Quick examples for memory. Muslim school can teach in Urdu or English, manage itself, get government support, or remain private. Tamil-speaking minority in Maharashtra can run a Tamil medium school. Government cannot discriminate in funding or recognition. 8. Tips and tricks for exams. Remember formula. Article 30, minorities, start and run schools, own language, recognition, aid, protected even if property acquired. Trap to avoid. Article 30 only applies to minorities. Article 29 equals all citizens. 44th Amendment, 1978. Always link with protection of minority education rights. 3 types of schools: recognition plus aid, recognition only, neither. 1 minute revision mantra. Article 30, minority schools. Establish, administer, teach own language, recognition aid options, rights safe, even if land taken, non-discrimination, 44th Amendment, 1978. If you want, I can also make a super visual version of this cheat sheet with mind map and flowchart, so you can memorize in 30 seconds before exams. Do you want me to make that visual version next? Got it. You want the world's best exam-ready cheat sheet, short, crisp, with only the most important bullets, dates, keywords, and memory tricks, so you can revise super quickly. I'll make it in a single-page style. Cheat sheet, Minority Educational Institutions and Supreme Court 2007 Malankara case. Article 30, Indian Constitution, provision: all minorities, religious or linguistic, have the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice. Purpose: to protect culture, language, religion of minorities, ensure equality with majority, not extra privilege. Applies to religious minorities, Muslims, Christians, Parsis, Sikhs, etc., and linguistic minorities, Tamil in Delhi, Malayalam in Maharashtra, etc. Types of institutions: 1. First and second type, controlled by state in syllabus, prescription, academic standards, discipline, sanitation, employment of teachers. 2. Third type, free in administration but must follow general laws, contract law, labour law, tax law, economic regulation. Supreme Court judgment. Secretary, Malankara Syrian Catholic College case 2007. Court, Supreme Court of India, year 2000. Key principle: minority rights under Art 30 equals equality, not special advantage. Rights of minority institutions: 1. Choose governing body, founders pick trusted management. 2. Appoint staff, hire, fire teachers, principals, non-teaching staff. 3. Admit students plus set fees. Admit eligible students, fees must be reasonable. 4. Use property assets for benefit of institution, not personal profit. Restrictions: must follow general laws, national interest, national security, social welfare, public order, morality, health, sanitation, taxation. No reverse discrimination, equality with majority, not more power. Key keywords: equality, not privilege, reasonable fee, trusted management, general laws apply. 2007 Malankara case, Art 30 equals right of minorities to establish. Quick examples: Christian college in Kerala can appoint principal, prefer Christian students, but must pay taxes and follow hygiene laws. Tamil medium school in Delhi can teach Tamil CBSE, but must follow fire safety rules. Exam tips and memory tricks: remember 4 rights, GASP, governing body, appoint staff, student admission plus fee, property use, restrictions equals 3N plus 3P plus T, national interest, national security, national welfare, social, public order, public morality, public health, sanitation. Taxation, date 2007, Supreme Court Malankara case. One-liner to memorize: Art 30 gives minorities equality to run schools, not privilege, with freedom in GAS, but bound by 3N plus 3P plus T. With this, you can revise in 2 minutes before exam and recall everything. Do you also want me to make a visual memory map chart, flow diagram, so you can see everything at a glance instead of reading? The world's best one-page cheat sheet on this topic. Crisp, compact, only bullets, keywords, examples and tricks, no extra fluff. I'll also, as you should know, so nothing important is missed. Cheat sheet, Article 30, and minority educational institutions. Core principle, Article 30, all minorities, religious or linguistic, have the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice. Purpose: equality with majority, not privilege. No reverse discrimination, no unfair favour to minorities. Had general laws apply to all institutions, including minority, national interest and security, public order and morality, health and sanitation, social welfare, taxation and economic laws. Minority schools must follow these like everyone else. Limits of right. Right is not absolute. No right to maladminister, mismanage, cheat, exploit. State can impose reasonable regulations. Permissible regulations by state. 1. Welfare of students and teachers. 2. Eligibility and qualifications of teachers, ex-BD degrees. 3. Conditions of service, salary, leave, working hours. 4. Protection of employees, no exploitation, oppression. 5. Syllabus and curriculum to maintain standards. These do not violate Article 30 rights. Teacher appointments. Unaided institutions equal free to appoint teachers by any rational procedure if state eligibility and qualification norms are met. Example: written test interview, demo lecture. State aid. Aid, money, loss of minority status. State can impose conditions on use of funds, proper utilisation, but cannot dilute, abridge Article 30 rights. Example: grant for lab, must be used for lab equipment, audit allowed. Key Supreme Court principle, Malankara Syrian Catholic College case 2007. 1. Right includes choose governing body, appoint staff, admit students, use property. Equality only, no extra advantage. 3. General laws apply. 4. No maladministration. 5. Unaided institutions, free appointments with rational method. 6. Aid doesn't alter minority nature, only conditions for proper use allowed. Exam keywords and cases. Article 31, Minority Rights in Education. Malankara Syrian Catholic College v. Kerala, 2007. SC Summary of Principles. No reverse discrimination, equality, not privilege. Quick memory trick. Acronym. Equal. Equals equality with majority. Q equals qualifications and standards regulated. Use unaided schools free to appoint with fair method. A equals aid allowed but with conditions. L equals laws of land apply, security, health, tax, etc. Exam tips. Always write. Right is not absolute. No maladministration allowed. Mention. General laws apply equally. Very common examiner point. Case law. Malankara Syrian Catholic College 2007 is must mention. Give one clear example. Lab grant, teacher appointment for full marks. That's the one-page revision sheet. Read this twice before exam equals full marks on any question about Article 30 and minority educational institutions. Would you like me to now create 5 to 7 high-quality practice MCQs, plus one short answer question from this with answers and explanations, so you can test yourself quickly before the exam? Got it? I'll make you the world's best one-page cheat sheet for right to constitutional remedies, Article 32. Crisp, keyword-based, nothing extra, only what you must remember for exams. I'll also add memory tricks, keywords and exam tips so you can revise in 2 to 3 minutes. Ha! Cheat sheet, right to constitutional remedies, Article 32. Hash, core idea, Article 32 equals heart and soul of the Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Right to move Supreme Court for enforcement of fundamental rights, FRs. A fundamental right in itself makes FRs real and enforceable. Hash, key features. Guarantee, citizen can directly approach Supreme Court. Supreme Court powers, issue writs, 5 types. Parliament can empower other courts but not high courts. High courts already have similar powers under Article 226, broader FRs plus legal rights. Suspension, during national emergency, Article 359, Pres can suspend right to move courts. Writ CQ 1. Habeas corpus, produce the body, release person from illegal detention. X. Police detain without reason, SC orders release. 2. Mandamus, we command, order official to do duty. X. Juft officer refuses license, court orders action. 3. Prohibition, stop, prevent lower court authority from exceeding power. X. Tribunal hears case beyond its power, HC stops it. 4. Certiorari, to be certified, higher court reviews, quashes order of lower court. XHC cancels wrongful order of a tribunal. 5. Quo warranto, by what authority? Check legality of holding public office. X. Fake appointment, court removes person. Case laws and facts. Kesavananda Bharati, 1973. Judicial review, Art 32 and 226 equals basic structure. Can't be amended. ADM Jabalpur, 1976. Emergency case. Habeas corpus suspended. Later overruled. People's Union for Democratic Rights, 1982. SC allowed public interest litigation under Article 2 versus Article 26. Point. Article 32 SC, Article 2 226 HC. Scope. Fundamental rights only, FRs, other legal rights. Nature, itself, a fundamental right. Constitutional power, not FR, reach, national, state, regional, priority, can go directly to SC, usually first go to HC, faster local. Keywords to remember, heart and soul, Ambedkar, basic feature SC ruling, enforceability of FRs, writs equals HMPCQ, emergency suspension, Art and 359. Direct Q, why Ambedkar called Art 32 heart and soul, right makes FRs enforceable, otherwise meaningless. 5 writs, always expand with one-line meaning plus tiny example. Comparison Q, Art 32 versus Art make table. Case study Q, quote Kesavananda Bharati, ADM Jabalpur, pile expansion. Trick, remember 32 SOS, Supreme Court, orders writs, safeguard. With this sheet, you can revise everything in 2 to 3 minutes before exam. Would you like me to now make this into a visually clean one-page PDF with boxes, highlights and memory tricks, so you can print or keep on phone for last-minute revision? Perfect. I'll now make you the world's best one-page cheat sheet on Article 32 and Supreme Court's role in fundamental rights. This will be super crisp, keywords only, exam ready, no fluff, no missing point. I'll also add memory tricks, tips, and key cases that often appear in exams. Article 32, Heart and Soul of Constitution, one-page cheat sheet. Core idea: Supreme Court's defender, guarantor of fundamental rights. Article 32 equals right to constitutional remedies, called Heart and Soul of Constitution, B.R. Ambedkar. Powers of SC under Article 32, original power, direct approach to SC, no need for appeal, wide power, orders plus directions, 5 writs. Purpose of Article 32 remedy must be guaranteed, effective, expeditious, quick, inexpensive, summary, simple. Limits: only for fundamental rights, Arts 12 to 35. Not for non-fundamental constitutional rights, e.g. DPSPs. Statutory rights by ordinary law, customary rights. Sine qua non, violation of FR equals essential. Cannot use just to test constitutionality of law order unless it directly infringes FR. Follow 5 writ tools of protection. 1. Habeas corpus, release from illegal detention. 2. Mandamus, we command, order authority to perform duty. 3. Certiorari, quash illegal order of lower court. 4. Prohibition, stop lower court from overstepping. Quo warranto, by what authority, question validity of office holder. Mnemonic, HMCPQ, equals hungry monkeys catch peanuts quickly. And landmark cases, Kesavananda Bharati, 1973, Judicial Review, part of basic structure. Maneka Gandhi, 1978, expanded Article 21, right to life and liberty. ADM Jabalpur, 1976, emergency, Article 32 suspended, later criticised. Puttaswamy, 2017, right to privacy, FR under Article 21. Key facts enforceable in SC, Article 32, and HCs, Art and 226, wider, covers FRs plus other rights. FRs suspended only during national emergency, Art 59, except Arts 20 and 21 cannot be suspended. Article 32 calls itself a fundamental right to move SC. Quick memory hooks, SAF, Supreme Courts, always for enforcement FRs. Original equals straight to SC, wide equits, plus orders. Ambedkar equals heart and soul. Modern use, current relevance. Internet shutdowns, right to freedom of speech, Article 19. Environmental issues linked with right to life, Article 21. Migrant workers, COVID rights cases, Article 32 used for urgent remedies. Exam tips. Always right, Article 32, fundamental right plus remedy. Compare with Art 226, HCs for extra marks. Quote Ambedkar in answers, heart and soul of Constitution. Mention 5 writs plus landmark cases. Guaranteed score booster. This is your one-page crisp revision note. Nothing important is missed. Do you also want me to prepare a visual memory map, flowchart, diagram style, so that you can revise this in just 30? Got it. Let's turn this into a world-class one-page cheat sheet for your quick revision before exams. Everything crisp, exam-focused, keywords only, no extra fluff. Enforcement of fundamental rights, cheat sheet articles, Art 32, Supreme Court. Right to move SC for enforcement of fundamental rights. Itself, Ambedkar, heart and soul of the Constitution. Original, but not exclusive. Relief equals writs only for FRs. Mandatory, SC must give remedy if FR violated. Article 226, High Courts, power to issue directions, orders, writs. Wider scope, FRs plus other legal rights. Original jurisdiction can approach directly. Discretionary, A may refuse if alternate remedy exists. Jurisdiction, concurrent, both SC and HC can enforce FRs. Choice for citizen, aggrieved party may move either SC, Art 32, or HC, R26. SC ruling, if HC can give relief, first approach HC. Writs, common to R32 and 226. 1. Habeas corpus, produce the body against unlawful detention. 2. Mandamus, order to authority to perform duty. 3. Prohibition, stop lower court from acting beyond authority. 4. Certiorari, quash order of lower court tribunal. 5. Quo warranto, by what authority, challenge illegal office holder. Key differences, 32 versus 226 feature Art 32 and 26 HC, nature, fundamental right, constitutional power, scope, only FRs plus other rights, relief, writs, FR only, writs, FR plus other rights, power, original, mandatory, original, discretionary, level, national, state. Keywords, exam phrases, original but not exclusive, SC jurisdiction, concurrent jurisdiction, SC plus HC both enforce FRs. Art 32 equals heart and soul of Constitution. HC under Art 226 equals wider remedy. SC advice, prefer HC first. Nash memory tricks. 32 equals straight to SC for FRs. 226 equals two rights. SC equals principal, HC equals teacher. Go to teacher first, then principal. One line recall. Art 30 FR only, heart and soul must act. Art 226 HC FR plus other rights, wider discretionary. Both concurrent, citizen can choose. Prefer HC first. Do you want me to now design this as a visual revision chart, like a flowchart infographic style, so that in one glance before exams you can revise everything in under 2 minutes? Here's a crisp one-page world best cheat sheet on writs. Article 32 and 2 and 26, short, clear, exam ready and with memory hacks. Writs in Indian Constitution cheat sheet. Basics. Article 32, Supreme Court, SC writs only for fundamental rights. Article 226, High Court's HC's writs for fundamental rights plus any other legal rights, borrowed from English law called prerogative writs. Before 1950, only Calcutta, Bombay, Madras HCs could issue writs. Now all HCs under Article 226 plus SC under Article 32. Difference. SC versus HC in writs. 1. Purpose. SC only for fundamental rights. HC for fundamental rights plus other legal rights. Trick. SC is specialist. HC is generalist. 2. Territorial power. SC whole of India. HC only within its state jurisdiction, can go outside only if cause of action arises inside state. Trick. SC equals global India, HC equals local India. 3. Right versus discretion. SC remedy under Art 32 itself equals fundamental right, SC cannot refuse. HC remedy under Art 226 equals discretionary, HC may refuse. Trick. SC must act, HC may act. The 5 writs with simple examples. Habeas corpus equals produce the body. Purpose, release a person from illegal detention, arrest. Example, police keep someone in jail without court order. 2. Mandamus equals we command. Purpose, orders public authority to do its duty. Example, municipality refuses to clean roads, court can order them. 3. Prohibition equals stop. Purpose, stops lower court tribunal from acting beyond power. Example, consumer court starts hearing a criminal case, SCHC stops it. Certiorari, to be certified. Purpose, quash higher court cancels an order of lower court made without proper jurisdiction. Example, HC cancels an illegal order of district court. 5. Quo warranto, by what authority. Purpose, checks whether a person is holding a public office legally. Example, someone becomes VC of university without qualifications, court can remove them. Smart memory hacks. HMPCQ, bias mandamde prohibition certiorari, quo warranto. Mnemonic, hungry monkeys prefer cold quail. SC narrow, HC wider. Remember, small court, SC scope narrow, high court, H scope high wide. SC must act, HC may act. Must equals fundamental right 32, may equals discretionary 226. Extra facts to impress in exam. B called Article 32 the heart and soul of the Constitution. Writs equals extraordinary remedies, not normal but special. Parliament, Article 32 can empower other courts to issue writs, not done so far. SC is the defender and guarantor of fundamental rights. Exam tip. Question asks which writ protects liberty? Habeas corpus. If which writ controls public office? Quo warranto. If which writ cancels illegal court orders? Certiorari. If which writ stops overstepping? Prohibition. If which writ forces action? Mandamus. This is your ready to revise one-page notes before exam. Would you like me to also make a diagram flowchart version, like a mind map with arrows and boxes, so you can visually remember everything faster? Perfect. Let's make a world's best crisp one-page cheat sheet on habeas corpus. I'll keep it bullet style, short keywords, exam smart, with all key points plus tricks so you can revise super quickly. Nothing important will be missed. Habeas corpus, one-page exam cheat sheet. Meaning and origin. Latin, habeas corpus, to have the body. Nature, writ, written order by court. Purpose, protects personal liberty, prevents illegal arbitrary detention. Nickname, bulwark, strong shield of individual freedom. Who can issue? Supreme Court under Article 32, fundamental rights. High Courts under Article 226, wider power than SC. Who can file? Detained person, family, friends, or any well-wisher, public interest. Against whom? Public authorities, police, jail officials, GovTin officers, private individuals, if they illegally confine someone. When not issued? 1. Detention is lawful, proper legal arrest. 2. Contempt of court legislature, punishment for disrespect disobedience. 3. Detention by competent court, valid judicial order. 4. Outside court's jurisdiction, other state court's area. Steps. Flow. 1. Petition filed by victim or relative. 2. Court issues writ, order to bring detained person. 3. Detained person produced in court. 4. Court checks cause and legality. 5. Decision. Release if illegal. Continue if legal. Importance. Protects right to life and liberty, Article 21, Constitution of India. Prevents misuse of police government power. Applies also against private illegal custody. Key examples. Private case, person locked in a room by another, court orders release. Police case, arrest without warrant reason, court frees detainee. Exam tips and tricks. Keyword chain, body, bring, court check, free, if illegal. Remember exceptions 4 C's. 1. Correct detention, lawful. 2. Contempt. 3. Competent court. 4. Court's jurisdiction missing. High Court wider power, can issue even if FR not violated, unlike SC. Fast action, habeas corpus equals quick justice for liberty. Revision in 5 seconds. HC equals protect liberty. SC, Art 32. HC, Art 226. Filed by anyone. Against govt private. Not issued if lawful, contempt, competent court. Outside jurisdiction.
Sure.
Would you like me to also design this into a visual flowchart diagram, like a memory map, so you can see the process in one glance before exams? Perfect. A world best one-page cheat sheet on mandamus. This will be super crisp, only bullets, keywords, mnemonics, and dates articles, no long sentences. I'll also add any important fact that could be useful for exams. Cheat sheet. Meaning. Mandamus equals Latin, we command, court, order, public authority, do your legal duty. Purpose, prevent inaction, refusal of duty. Constitutional basis, India. Art 32, Supreme Court for Fundamental Rights. Art 226, High Courts for Fundamentals, Other Legal Rights, plus a... Who can it be issued against? Public officials, government officers, clerks, mayors, public bodies, municipalities, boards, government corporations when performing public duty, inferior courts, tribunals, non-judicial ministerial acts, government departments. Who, what, it cannot be issued against. Mnemonic, PDDCPC. 1. P. Private individual body. 2. D. Departmental instructions, no statutory force. 3. D. Discretionary duties, choice, not must. 4. C. Contractual obligations, private contracts. 5. P. President of India, state governors. 6. C. Chief Justice of High Court, judicial capacity. Conditions for grant. Clear legal right of petitioner. Clear public duty of respondent. Duty must be mandatory, not discretionary, no adequate alternative remedy available. Respondent refused, failed to perform duty. Types of mandamus. Alternative, conditional, do it or explain why not. Peremptory, final, do it now, no excuse. Continuing mandamus, ongoing monitoring by court, e.g. pollution, governance reforms. Important points. Tool of judicial review. Ensures rule of law, protects citizens' legal rights against gov. Inaction, public interest litigation, PIL. Mandamus often used, e.g. environment governance. Example cases, India. Gujarat State Financial Corporation v. Lotus Hotels, 1983. Corporation forced to honour promise to grant loan. Praga Tools Corporation v. C.V. Emanuel, 1969. No mandamus against a private company unless performing public duty. Uma Devi case, 2006. No mandamus for enforcing irregular govt employment. Difference from other writs. Habeas corpus, release from illegal detention. Certiorari, quash illegal order of lower court. Prohibition, stop lower court from acting beyond power. Quo warranto, question illegal holding of public office. Mandamus, compel authority to perform duty. Exam tips. Remember, mandamus equals we command, do your duty. Key difference, only for public legal duties, not private matters. Shortcut mnemonic, a mandamus, mandatory duty, PDDCP exceptions list, Article 32, or SC, Article 226, HC. That's your crisp one-page revision sheet, all keywords, dates, mnemonics, cases. Would you like me to also make a visual memory map diagram, like flowchart or infographic style, so you can revise in 30 seconds before exam?